We got Kane, Saka, Gordon, Grealish. And we're off. Hello, Lucky. How have you been? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, Finland on the break here. Good block. Come on, England, indeed. Had a good first half the other day. Good first half. Let's see if we can go longer today. Seem to have a lot of control right now, England. Anthony Gordon cuts back, crosses it in. Kane open. Southgate's left. Zakaria. It's Lee Carsley running the show now. Corner. Where have you been, Zakaria? You haven't even been here for the watchalongs. What's happening? Ooh. What's been going on? Grealish. Rice. Gordon. Rice overlapping. He's offside though. Pulled it back. Trent. Saka. Where is Angel Gomez? Oh, yeah, he is. Who's going to get the first Newcastle hat trick? It's probably going to be Isaac, isn't it? Hello. You think it's Tonali going to be getting the first Newcastle hat trick? Tonali. If I were to bet, I would put my money on Isaac or Isak. Bro, this is crazy. Lee Carsley giving Angel Gomez a chance to play for England. Insane. Hello, Nitesh. Southgate is swinging at this. I'm so curious to see where he goes next. Pickford with an absolute blunder here just now. I don't know for what reason he's trying to play like that, but Angel Gomez is dropping like a third centre back. It's crazy. Is there any Finnish origin player in England today? Finnish? Probably not. Imagine if they did. There was the and he scores and then celebrates like Grealish. Oh God. Hello, Biku. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Can you imagine? Rice doesn't celebrate. Grealish does a jumping fist pump. How many FPL points you got so far? Fantastic question. Let's have a look. Gordon, Lewis, Stones. My app would load up, I can happily tell you. Trent. Okay, total points I got so far are, again waiting to load, 201 points so far. Not bad, not bad. Like, what is that? Like 67 points a week. It's all right. Oh, that's exactly 67 points a week, actually. Corner. Arsenal injury. Odegaard, right? Odegaard and Rice are going to miss the North London derby. Calafiori, is he going to be back? I don't know. Is he playing today for Italy? Spalletti said he might play, right, in the second game. Hello, Madad. How's it going? You check now. Okay, cool. What's happening, Madad? What's happening? In a few days, we go back to our usual football. So there might be no. So there's no Rice, there's no Odegaard, and there might also be no Calafiori. Oh, here we go. Anthony Gordon through the gates. Oh, cross was not very good. Oh, Anthony Gordon is terrorizing people for pace. What a steal by Angel Gomez. What foul? Unlucky. It's a steal, apparently. God, we're playing so much better football at the moment. So much better. What is Harry Kane doing at the halfway line? Get up in front, dude. Come on, move. They're cutting it too fine here. Allowing the players to get close to them. Rice. Nobody to pass to for Rice unless he goes back, which he does. Stones. Angel Gomez is playing so deep, it's crazy. He's playing behind Rico Lewis right now. Um, Trent. Stones. I'm not really sure. Hello, Aditya. I'm not really sure what England's trying to do here. At least we have the ball, though, so can't really complain. We go Saka. I mean, Kane is nowhere near the goal. Therefore, nobody is near the goal. They are trying to keep tight to the England players, though. To be fair to them. Do I think sausage is not made of good meat? It's very difficult to answer that question, Biku. Um, in Goa, we make sausages through the farm, so the Goan handmade sausages are of good quality because it's done on an individual scale, much smaller scale. So I can't really answer that question for you. Sadly, I wouldn't know. You're on 173, not bad. Watching the Netherlands Germany game. Okay, cool. Keep us updated. Maybe Xerxes will score another today. 88% possession by England. 88% possession after 11 minutes. I need to change centre backs. You better make it quick before any price rises happen. Apparently, this current Finnish manager has been in charge for 8 years. Oh, what's happened here? Oh my god. One touch, one touch from the throw in, and Pookie was right through. Favorite Bret Hart show? I did see it, dude. I did see. Oh, dude, when I heard the guitar riff, no, I was like, ah, bro. There's something about, bro. I'm telling you, this is one of the greatest benefits, of living, being older, Aditya. I can genuinely say I lived through a time when wrestling was at its peak, bro, and I can remember it. I don't didn't need YouTube. Like I lived it on a week by week basis. There are some benefits to being old, no, dude, that are irreplaceable. For example, I'll never forget the night at the Luzhniki where we played Chelsea in the final of the Champions League. Something about being older that is so beneficial sometimes, man. It's crazy. To go inside social, and they do not, my friend. They do not. Hello, hello. They definitely don't. It's homemade. It's local. They don't. Attitude era, exactly. Attitude era. Football was different. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. I'm searching for. Waiting for Danish to show up. He was talking big about Alcaraz. Second round knocked out of the U.S. Open, bro. Prime Nadal and Federer would have never lost in the second round, dude. Prime Nadal and Federer, 21-year-old Nadal and Federer. They would have never lost in the second round to an unranked member of the WTA. Yet they're saying Alcaraz is the phenom, dude. Alcaraz is going to pass everybody. Alcaraz is going to pass everybody, guys. We'll see. Not going to lie, I kind of enjoy Konza. Um, Konza and Ezri are looking a lot smoother than Maguire and Gay right now. If I'm being very honest. My brother showed me the AW5 which they remove the teeth or something. He watched the AEW highlights. Bro, I'm telling you, especially for the pay-per-views, Aditya, if you can at least do the pay-per-views, bro, All Out was crazy. Another crazy fight, dude. And the matches are really good, Aditya. Like they do random matches. They don't just do plain wrestling matches and then wait for a pay-per-view to do it. Every now and then you'll get a street fight. You'll get like a battle royal. You'll get like a tournament style thing. Bro, and the only thing about WWE is they try to save everything for the pay-per-view, dude. Everything. Nowadays they don't. Obviously, thank God Triple H is in charge. Thank God. Otherwise, it used to be like that. Like for example, we started out with a street fight this week, but I mean it's really few and far between if you think about it. But it's still fun, man. All Out was fun. All Out was damn fun. Yeah. All Out was damn fun. Prime Nadal and Prime Federer, exactly. They would have never ever lost to an unranked guy in the second round of a Grand Slam, dude. Never. Boys choking. Probably will have to see the highlights. Bro, the Wembley show was crazy, Aditya. The Wembley show was really crazy. The atmosphere was too good. Yeah. The British people are very boisterous, thanks to the football culture. It was too good. They were singing the songs. They were doing the cues on time. When 50,000 people do it, the noise becomes crazy, dude. And it's also an open arena. Wembley is open right at the top. Crazy atmosphere. Watch Severance and give me the review so that I can decide. Bro, I'm not watching Severance. That sounds like a movie I wouldn't watch. Yeah, the steel cage this week. Exactly. This is all Triple H, dude. You remember what it was like during, bro, under Vince McMahon, though I would have. It was horrible. Yeah. That's why I always tell people when Triple H was in charge of NXT, it was the best, bro. NXT was the only thing I would watch weekly, like without skipping at all. And thank God he gave it to Sean. Yeah. Sean also of the same style of this. He prefers because he was a small guy and people thought he wouldn't make it big. No, and then everyone knew what happened, right? He appreciates the wrestling ability more, dude, because he was always a great ring general. So under Shawn Michaels, you'll also get like really good quality wrestlers, dude. Otherwise, it's rough, man. It's rough. Under Vince, it was really rough, dude. Then after years, I decided to lose weight. I was 78 kgs in 2021, 85 kgs in 2020. Dude, how did you put on 7 kilos in a month, a year? Even haven't done that. 99 kg. Dude, you put on 14 kilos. Bro, you put on 14 kilos in 1 year. Jesus, dude. Even my fat ass didn't do that. Bro, I can't wait to start going to the gym, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. I want this shitty weather to stop, man. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna start grinding again, dude. I gotta cut down a lot of weight, man. Gotta cut down a lot. God, Anthony Gordon's hairstyle is horrible. Manaj is here. Hello, brother. Good to see you more on live stream. Did you watch US Open final? What I did watch it, Manaj. I did. It was a great match. I watched the women's and the men. Sabalenka put on a good clinic, good two tight sets. Managed to watch the final even of the men's, even though it was at an absolutely horrible time. But yeah, I don't enjoy the US Open and the Australian Open, man. The timings are not great. More so the US than Australian Open, but it's once a year, dude. And I don't watch every game, so it's all right. When Nadal and Federer used to play, I used to watch every single game, dude. Every round, if it was around the time and they showed it live, I would watch. It was different then, man. The competitiveness between Federer and Nadal was just different. Can't compare it to nowadays. Nowadays, like everyone, there are no real household names. Alcaraz is kind of like the real household name. Nole and Nadal are obviously from a different time, so I'm not counting them in this era. If this era of stars, they're not as eye catching, man. I remember when the top five were all killers, dude. What was it? It was Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Murray, David Ferrer, Stan Wawrinka, Joe Wilfred Songa. Bro, what players they had? The top 15 were tough, dude. Gael Monfils, Richard Gasquet, Juan Martin Del Potro. Did I say all the main ones? I feel like I'm missing somebody, yeah, for sure. Uh, John Eisner or Isner. Stan Wawrinka, Stan the man, Stan Wawrinka. Oof. Bro, the last 10 years ago, the tennis was hot, dude. Tennis was fire competitive, in terms of competitors and competition. Now it's very different. Not in a bad way, but it's just what it is. Just what it is. Can't go back in time. Preparing for entrances and used to binge eat from 12% body fat 28. What am I? I think I am 32. I'm just at better position as you in your end. Dude. First, I'm cleaning up the food scenario, and then I'm gonna start working out. I'm trying to eat less and less and try to like I don't know how else to put it, but curb the hunger pangs. Here we go. Saka through. Oh, oh, couldn't get a corner there. Cost of gym mentioned really so high though. I'm sure it is, dude. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that. Have you ever, when you thought WWE was done with Vince, they were bringing his document? Bro, seriously, I don't even know how is that legal. I don't know what Netflix is trying to do, dude. I was so shocked that Netflix would even consider doing that. I was genuinely shocked. Like, I was like, bro, like, read the room, dude. If whatever he does is even remotely true, no, Netflix is going to look like a real sack of shit. and rightfully so, dude. You can't be like, if his charges were cleared off completely, no, it's a different story. You can't be doing that now, dude. Very bad timing. Very bad timing in my opinion. England with attack, Saka running through, crossing, goal. Is he off? What a cross. Kane is offside. Oh, dude, we are playing so much better without. I don't know how people think we are playing the same way, man. I heard someone say England is playing the same way. Can you imagine? I actually heard someone say England are playing the same way under they did under Southgate. I was like, okay, leave it, leave it. MMA rather than gym. In the cities, Biku, an MMA gym will actually be more expensive, and Mudit doesn't want to ruin his pretty face, dude. He might be single and ready to mingle shortly, so he's not going to do that. Just you need more stamina for that. To be honest, when you're fat, you are very low stamina, so you got to shed some weight and then go back. I mean, that's one way of looking at it, Mudit. The other way of looking at it is you can use the MMA learning to shed off the weight. You'll in fact probably shed weight off faster, especially if you're grappling. As someone who took judo, I'll be honest with you. I never understood how people cut weight. Genuinely, right? I never knew how the UFC guys cut weight until I had to cut weight for my own university tournament, which I did for 1 year. It was absurd. I lost weight just putting on the gi and rolling for a couple of hours. I just lost weight. I put the fan off, closed the windows, and we were rolling, and we just kept losing weight. It is marginally offside, sadly. Bro, there's no hairstyle. It's all on the front. It's all just cut off, really. Dude, if there's an evil man, it'd be Vince. You can't stop him. I can already see the music hit and him giving a promo. You all idiots thought I was done. This made me. This is made by me. WWE's me, Vince McMahon. I've actually done it. I've heard a stranger rumor, Aditya. The rumor I heard is he is taking his ball and going home, which is basically a way of saying that he's going to like completely like sell his shares, sell whatever he owns or whatever the financial thing is, and start his own thing apparently. Now, can you imagine what that looks like, dude? You're going to have some old school, what is it? Fashion shows and all that, dude. He's going to enjoy himself again. They by a hairstyle supremacy, bro. I don't know what that is. All I've done is literally comb my hair forward. If that is a hairstyle in a movie, these people are overpaying hairstylists a lot nowadays in Bollywood. I've done boxing for 3 months, by the way. During fights, I used to get tired within seconds and minutes. It's, yeah, absolutely, dude. 100%. That's why I've noticed something like when I watch MMA and I watch people have a boxing base, they love skipping, they love running, and they do less bag work because they like to build the stamina for the basics they've learned, the skills. I tried boxing to cut my way from 95 to 85 in 3 months. I'm sure that was very doable, dude. 10 kilos in 3 months, if you're gonna do a martial arts, I think is very doable. For sure, WWWCW maybe. Bro, I'm telling you, I found that I was like, that is so Vince, dude. Imagine he sells all his shares, everything, and starts a new one, dude. And that new one's going to be crazy. That new one is going to be really crazy. I tried taekwondo and compete in state level. I got banned by the federation for using some prohibited moves of jiu-jitsu. You're not supposed to use jiu-jitsu in taekwondo, dude. You're not, you're not supposed to even throw people down, I think, in taekwondo. I'll go back to MMA after cutting some weight, at least 5 kg though. Mudit, how much is an MMA gym actually? And like what is it? Like you go every day? Like what are the things? Because here in Goa, dude, here in Goa, it is so expensive. Only rich people can do it. I'm being serious. If you're not part of the pro team, only rich people can do it. Because the way they charge you, someone will think they're training you to I don't know beat up jewelers or something, dude. Like you're trying to you're gonna beat people up to rob their money or something because the way they charge you. I remember there was a Dutch guy that came, I think, around 10 years ago. I kid you not, the Dutch guy for just regular people, not pro team, not people aspiring to be pros. He was charging regular people 1,500 bucks a class, and a class was I think 1.5 hours. 1,500 bucks in Goa 10 years ago is a lot of money per class, dude. So people, I've noticed people who do MMA, they're like rich people here because you can't afford to like work out in a gym here, dude. Not in this gym. To work out the regular exercise gym, it's pretty cheap, but these specialized gyms are very expensive. At least the ones I've seen. I mean, hell, we've got an AKA affiliate here. I don't know if you guys are into MMA or not. I am very into MMA. We will be doing UFC 306, which is apparently going to be a very special event. I recommend everyone to watch it because it's going to be done in that famous entertainment venue called the Sphere. So I would recommend everyone to watch it. It'll be a once in a lifetime thing this week. So I think if you guys are free on Sunday, to definitely do tune in and watch it, even if you have to get up early. Yeah. Yeah, new one will have the show Big Gas, almost Great Khalifa, bro. And you can just imagine that the women on show, dude. Considering what his favorites were back in the day, unfortunately. There are no MMA gyms to be honest, very far and expensive. Exactly. There's a desi MMA gym. What do you mean, like arenas to death, not the rich kids? Wow. 2.5K for a month, manageable 15-minute drive, bro. 2.5K a month is damn good. If I could get for 2.5K, I think I would have gone because my gym fees is like 1,300 bucks. To learn like a proper skill to defend yourself, I'd happily pay double the money. Happily. Bro, my teacher was a black belt holder in both, so he taught us basics of jiu-jitsu. The extra sort of practice, the head, thigh toss, the big actually used it without hurting anyone. Crazy. मेंबरशिप है भाई जहाँ तक मैंने देखा था मैं 60K 60K for a year I think so 60K is what 5,000 a month. Oh boy, might as well come here and do it. It has been a while, Nitesh. How have you been? I have been okay. I can't complain. I mean, I can complain based on how our team plays, but apart from that, I can't complain. I've been enjoying my downtime during the Chaturthi break or the international break if you watch football. So, yeah. Like my case is 90% chance that the player will fail to perform the move properly, causing injury, even death of the opponent. You got to be really careful about throwing people. Dude. Um, my best friend when we went for Goa University inter college go inter college inter no, what is it? Yeah, inter college games at the university level. My best friend completely tore ligaments in his ankles, like completely, just absolutely. He ruined a couple of ligaments that still hurt him to this day, and that was over 10 years ago. So that was it was a good time. If you don't know how to do it properly, you can really get hurt pretty badly, pretty badly. Our personal training is expensive, like 10, 12K a month. Group bachelor fights. You have to go group only, dude. You can't do personal. Unless, I mean, mother, is it a lady? Then you can do personal because she'll happily hammer you. In the name of equality, she'll happily hammer you to death if you're interested. The federation and the competition literally was abusing me. They banned me 5 years. Well, the great good news is, dude, that you have gone on to better things and more legal things, hopefully. Anyway, 1 year didn't count out of that 5 year ban, no pandemic. 17-year-old beat your ass. Bro, listen, who cares? As long as you learn, see, the main thing is to learn. If you're going there to like screw around, no, don't waste your money, dude. Blow it on food or something. If you're going there to learn, no, whoever beats you up shouldn't make any difference. They're just more experienced than you. Hello, Talamba. I don't. I don't feel shy at all, dude. If a woman beats me up, if she's actually a trained person, I don't care. There was like for this university games we went for. There were women. The men and the women were training together in judo. The men were helping the women out because obviously we were heavier, so we were helping them with technique. No, because in judo there's a lot of lift and throws. So the women were using us as dummies, dude. They kept flipping us and all, and they were like choking us, and they were enjoying it. They're giggling, dude. I'm like, come on, man. Oh, that was close. Grealish couldn't get there, unfortunately. They see an MMA groups are wild. They show no mercy. The concept of break doesn't exist. They trade you MMA boxing with a stick and beat you, not for the week. I quit within a month. Really? Are they allowed? Isn't shouldn't beating with a stick should be? I mean, there should be consent, right? If someone's going to hurt you with a stick. Ooh, Saka goes wide. Ooh, it is a corner. Nice. Three beaching rooms were imposed. My belts were scrapped because they put shave on the master. Yeah, they do take your belt, don't they? Sometimes they demote you. Still have the belts. I never return. I just want to fight which, if I matter which move, no matter what move I used. Doing good. Just busy with a new project. Planning to launch CMOS in India. Don't know if you're familiar with that, but we'll send you a sample. The fuck is CMOS? What like the wait? CMOS? Oh, over the bar. Does bi mean bi means bro? So I didn't hear gender wars. No, no, no. We were talking about training. We were talking about how in MMA you train with whoever. Like there are women and men like in the groups. You can't go like I won't train with a woman, right? Like because so when I was in judo, the men and women trained together for college for the college games, university games because the men were naturally heavier, so the women had good practice to improve their power, their technique with a heavy body on them. Also, we are much more we are mostly differently proportioned from women, right? So it gives the women a good advantage. So our teacher, our sensei, used to make us train with the women for certain things. So yeah, and in MMA, every gym I know, everywhere around the world, like I'm talking about UFC level fighters, they train with men and women, and there is a benefit. At least for the women, there is a benefit for that for sure. Netherlands MMA is wild than this, bro. I'm telling you, the Thais are the worst, dude. The Thais are absolutely brutal. They're very peace loving people, but when it comes to Muay Thai, they're quite menacing, dude. Consent consent doesn't exist. Saka goes absolutely nowhere. Gomez, Grealish, another cross. Yeah, they're just crossing the ball, dude. There's nobody even here. Foul by Harry Kane. I had to wipe off the floor for being 5 minutes late. Oh, that's actually a thing in MMA gyms. That is a thing everywhere. Mudad. If you are late, you kind of have to do stuff like that. CMOS from what? Susi? What's that? Which company has good CMOS? Muay Thai is more effective from. It is more effective, but it's also more brutal on your body. Oh look, Ashley Cole's here. Is Ashley Cole? Wait 1 minute. Ashley Cole's part of the. Ashley Cole's part of the coaching stuff here. No, yo, we're kind of peppering their goal, but we're not really getting anything good. Pookie had a good chance though in the first 10 minutes. Ooh, that's a nice pass there by Rice. Trent, does he manage to keep it in? He does manage to keep it in and goes all the way past the halfway line. Great. Did you try the Accra phones? I'm an ex-Asia. Should try it. It's wild. Okay. Germany goal scored. Oh, sorry, what? Can't read this. This thing's in the way. Germany goal underscores. Remember, he used to play for Brighton for a bit. It feels like everyone played for Brighton. Ball being laid off by the header. Goes straight to Stones. Cool, Buddy, will be launching my own brand upcoming months. We are sourced raw materials from the Bahamas right now. R&D is going on flavors, some other things probably by end of the year. Okay, what the hell, CMOS? Am I missing something here? Who's the small guy? Small guy? Oh, so that, believe it or not, used to be the under 17 captain for the England team. He was, in fact, a member of the Manchester United Youth Academy, Angel Gomez. Almost got to Kane corner. So close. What was I saying? Angel Gomez. Angel Gomez, he was the captain of the under 17s of the United youth team at some point of time. Solskjaer couldn't fit him in, was too small, deemed too small to play it in this league, too physical. I believe the contract ran out and Lille bought him, I think. Lille or Leon bought him. And in his first season, they sent him on loan to Boavista because Boavista is in Portugal. So Angel Gomez is like his family's nationality, I believe, is Portuguese. So for some reason, he picked Boavista to play some football. Worked out for him because I guess he speaks Portuguese, or maybe he still has family there or something. So yeah, he used to play for the United team. Solskjaer couldn't fit him in anywhere. Under scores for Germany on his national team debut. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on a minute. Didn't Undaf score in the Euros? Or am I making that up? Or is that he came on as a sub or something? I feel like Dennis Undaf played in the Euros, didn't he? Could be wrong. Do you mean Seamus? No, he means Seam. Oh! Oh! Out of bounds? Out of bounds. At least we're trying. If we played under someone else, we wouldn't have seen the goal. One martial arts I admire when I started was capoeira, but when I deep dive into martial arts move myself, shadow fight makes me realize how wasteful it is for a fight. So capoeira started out as a maybe you deep dived into it, but I'll tell people who might not know what capoeira is. Capoeira is it's an art form. It's an art form that was started by African slaves in Brazil, I believe. It was either African slaves or the tribal people of Brazil. They were not allowed to sing and dance and celebrate their things at some point of time. So what they used to do, they used to try and do these kind of moves. So they used to like learn how to do this dance to entertain themselves at night, I believe. And it was they had to keep quiet, so they couldn't sing or anything. So they learned how to dance, I guess, and they turned it into mixed martial arts to some extent. I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but I believe it started out as a dance, if I'm not mistaken, by the slaves in Brazil or the indigenous slaves in Brazil. And yeah, it's not a wasteful art, dude. Believe me, at the right moment, at the right time, no, it can keep people completely off guard. But you can't use it completely in a fight. I agree. More like a sea plant rich in minerals. By the way, you can try Papi sea moss if you buy from USA. I'm good, Jayesh. How are you? Basically, a sea algae. Okay, we're talking about actual sea moss. Okay, I know what sea moss is. I thought sea moss is like some. Let's just say I thought it was some other term or for something else. Yes, sea algae. Got it. Sea moss. All right. But it's a superfood and a good supplement to add, packed with trend goes wide, packed with mostly all minerals. Search on YouTube or Google. Isn't it like in? Am I wrong? But isn't it like in supplements and stuff? CMOS. Okay, Don seems in a lot of pain being stretchered off. When are they going to stop playing these international games pointlessly, dude? Now imagine if there was no Nations League, they would have the same week would have been European friendlies or friendlies in general. They just have to make money year round. Dude. Here we go. Finland through. Horrible attempt at a cross there. Great block by Stones, corner for Finland. So man, let's know the product. Perfect. Okay. Are you following Jones and Aspinall drama? I am, Jayesh. I love Aspinall. Aspinall was like, I might make him quit without even fighting me. Brilliant. He went on Bisping's podcast and said that. In a real fight in front of a martial artist, utter useless unless you're using a surprise barrage attack between karate and taekwondo. Quite impossible. Yeah, I would actually, the leg sweeps of capoeira could be very useful, like in a street fight, because a lot of people think you're going to charge at them with your hands. If you wanna, if you wanna imbalance someone, or at least sweep them off their feet, I think initially, as the surprise attack in the sense of like just an initial sweep down of him, I think that is probably the most effective way to use it. Yes, it is a supplement. Okay, CMOS. Yeah. Gordon. Gordon. Oh, he ran out of real estate. Throw in. Aren't you worried Dilit's playing? I'm not, dude. I'm not, because I have no say in this matter. I am not worried about any people playing internationals because I have no control over it. It was up to the players union to vote for less games for the players due to exhaustion. Oh yes. Angel Gomez does really well to win a free kick in a very dangerous spot there. Bro, he's so tiny. He is so tiny. It's not even a joke. Even Biku was like, who's the little guy? Wait, isn't that a double leg tackle? Hold on a minute. How is that not a red card? Are you allowed to double leg tackle now? Wait, he didn't get a card at all? Yo, what is this? What's going on here now, man? Glenn Kamara didn't even get a yellow card. Criminal, man. Tell you, these referees are worse and worse and worse. Oh, yeah, he's still looking like comedian English teacher, the stand up sit down wala. Wait, what stand up sit down wala? Oh, comedian English teacher. You talking about Mind Your Language? Isn't that like a 70s show about like him teaching like all these different races English? Is that the show you're talking about? Oof. There's no supreme leg movement that Taekwondo kicks the way you use the angle. Sorry, kicks the way of using the angle is unique in capoeira. Exactly. What's your prediction for Merab and O'Malley? Unfortunately, I couldn't get anyone I wanted to. Ooh, that just went over the bar. Good shot by Trent. Fortunately, couldn't get anyone for the preview, but we are going to be live, Jay. So feel free to join. I was just telling everyone how that's going to be one of the most unique watching experiences you'll ever have in your life, unless you actually go to the sphere. And I've heard it's very expensive, so I don't know who's going to be doing that. Prediction for Merab O'Malley. I honestly think Sean's gonna catch him, but I don't know why I think Marab's gonna win. The gut makes me feel like Marab's gonna grind him out. But in my head, I can just see Sean O'Malley just absolutely sniping him as he keeps moving forward. That's how I picture it. Like in my gut, I'm like, I'm going with Marab. He's just so much cardio. Hold him down. He might pummel him on the ground and tap him out. You haven't seen Sean O'Malley's jiu-jitsu at all. No matter what everyone says, it's good, it's bad, it's serviceable. Um, I think I think the difference between Aljamain and Merab is halftime. I think the difference between Aljamain and Merab is definitely going to go for takedowns. It's a matter of when. Aljamain Sterling looked too comfortable on the feet. He didn't seem interested at all. So I think that's the difference. Didn't get a chance to talk about United's performance against Liverpool. What's your take? Isn't it high time? Ooh, you missed. Oh my God, you actually missed the first time I've lost my mind on the stream, dude. Towards the end of the game, I absolutely lost my mind. You might want to go back and see my reactions to everything. I wish someone would like if anyone ever wants to, right, I would appreciate if someone just puts like what do you call it? chapters. If anyone wants to ever see me rant or celebrate, if you can put the chapters in, that would be fantastic. If you want to. But yeah, I absolutely lost my mind. Everyone realized I was really, really pissed off after around the end of that game. Um, is it high time? No. So Hitesh, because I guess you don't know, I've said it because I don't know, I don't remember which stream myself I said it in, but I said it, so I have to stick to it now. I said I'd give him 10 games total. As you know, only 3 games are up. Um, so I can't really answer that question, sadly, because if I say I want him out now, that means I have lied, and I have no desire to lie. I really want to give him 10 games. But I will say this. I think if he loses to Southampton, I genuinely think he's going to get sacked. And also, just so it's very clear, I will find it absolutely unacceptable to lose to Southampton, which means I might be saying I want him gone. Now, in 10 games, if he wins the next 6 games and he only loses the Southampton one, I might have to take back my statement. But if we lose to Southampton, I think I'm going to be out personally. I think I can't wait for 10 games. I don't think there is any reason we should lose to Southampton that I can think of. That's it. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And my other thoughts are stop playing Rashford. He's clearly not as good as everyone thinks he is. It's proven now. Everyone goes, it's alternate seasons. He plays well. Well, we have played 4 games and we have played 4 games of a proper season, and we have played what, 5 preseason games. He's not looked impressive in any of the games, to be honest. None. Not really impressive, at least. Um it's a shame that we got rid of Facundo Pellistri because we got rid of Greenwood and Sancho. And if we had a fifth winger, I would prefer if Pellistri was there. I know we only need 4 wingers, you don't need five. But now that Rashford is not playing well and Anthony's fallen out of favor, we might only have 3 good wingers: Rashford, Ahmad, and Garnacho. He keeps persisting with Rashford, but he's not playing well. So this would have been a really good case to have Pellistri or a new winger if we bought a new winger, but we haven't. So now we are basically going to go the rest of the season with 3 wingers because I genuinely can't see how Anthony will get back into this team. So yeah, I heard Shaw and someone else is injured. Shaw is injured. Hoyland, they're basically not rushing back. He's not ready yet. They thought he would be ready by the time the Southampton game starts. He's just not ready yet. He's not injured. It's a delayed return. The Shaw thing, I think, is also a bit of a delayed return. Yeah. Goal came at Germany 2-1. Netherlands come back in the first half. Sorry, come back in the first half. Not Netherlands come back in the first half. Rab is the scarier fighter, but Sean is Sota. Exactly. I feel he is going to go for the takedown unlike Aljo. But the thing is, he walks forward straight. He doesn't really walk forward in angles. Jayesh, that's the problem. Because he's a go forward fighter, it's always almost constantly straight. If he moved in angular wise, I think Sean O'Malley would be in real trouble. If he corners him into the cage by doing diagonal movements, I think I would have been a lot more comfortable saying Marab can win. Thing is, Marab goes straight forward. And as we saw in fact, if you go back and see the replay of the knockout of Aljo, the real issue was Aljo at that point of time, at the time of the knockout, was he was just moving forward straight in a straight line. So he lunged forward, right, to cover ground for the strike, and then Sean O'Malley just returned left straight him right in the face, and he fell face first. Are we playing better than Ole football? No. Which is also what I said when I absolutely lost my mind. First time I lost my mind was in, come on, man. We all know better. No, I mean like in terms of In terms of it accumulating, I mean, Jayesh, I guess timestamp. Thank you. That's what it's called. It's called timestamp. Um, Nathan, some new tips from you from the IMA has decided they support junior doctors of West Bengal against Supreme Court decision. The seniors of all India Medical announced they will mass resign. Everyone's waking up, bro. I love it. And you just do Man United England matches. You have nice friends who wait for your stream. Bro, I'm telling you, let the season start full. We will do a bunch, dude. We'll do a bunch. Let's just start. Let it start in full swing. Yeah, so what I mean by first time I lost my mind, Jayesh, is overall just like a frustration of whatever's happened all in the last 3 4 years. Normally it's just the game and the tactics in the game, but then when I like look back at all the decisions we make, who's been sent home, who has been treated badly, who has been preferred over who over the years, it like accumulated that day. I was like really angry. That's what I meant. Exploded there. Yeah, I also happened to oh my god, that is true. On Ankit's stream also I lost my mind. Oh, I forgot about that. I did do that as well. Are we playing better than Ole? We're not. That was one of the things I said. Forget about results. Are we seeing any improvement? Like we are playing any better than? Might be playing better than Moyes and maybe Ragnek. I don't think we're playing better than Ole though. To be fair, Ragnek didn't have any time, so that's a little unfair comparison. But yeah, I think it's going to be Liverpool vs City for the title because Odegaard's out, Mikel Merino is also gone, Calafiori is also gone, Rice banned for one game. I mean, that's one game. Calafiori anyway wasn't a starter football creeks, to be honest. It is someone they bought, dude, because Zinchenko and Tierney and whoever else left backs they bought have failed over the years. They can just put Zinchenko, they can start Zinchenko. Zinchenko's fit, dude. So Calafiori won't be a miss. Rice is only for one game. Odegaard, I mean, Odegaard's a bit unlucky, to be honest. But yeah. ETH system or tactics can only be implemented if you're playing top playing ball playing mids. Basically, strong mid core his transition football is total scam. All right, dude. I'm only going to say this one. Who's bigger superstar, SRK, Salman or Amir? Has to be SRK for me. Um, and anytime fitness is wild. 6K if it takes for a month, 17K for 6 months. I don't know which gym I should ever join. Everything is inflated. See, I mean, go 6 months, dude. Go 6 months. If you don't like it, you can stop. 6 months, 17K, 6 months is it's not great, but six. I mean, I would go 17K 6 months. I know it's a bit of a commitment, dude, but if you're committed to the weight loss, 6 months is all right. I wouldn't go longer than that though at those prices. I would reassess. If I'm happy there, then I would re up. Nidaki, just stretch it out. These international breaks, man. We were talking about that only. Aditya mentioned that to us, Nitesh. He asked me, "Am I scared? For Delict playing?" I'm like, bro, I have no say in this matter. The players' union should have stood up to have less games because they're getting overworked and getting injured more. If the players don't care, then why? What am I going to say, dude? The players are risking their careers, not me, bro. For me, it is frustrating, but at the end of the day, you know, if the Nations League wasn't going on before this Nation League's concept started, it would have been international friendlies anyway. So it would still be friendlies. So it's not like oh, it's a Nations League tournament, we have to play it. It's like before the Nations League they would play international friendlies at the same time, 3 games into the season. So if they are going to play friendlies, no matter what, they put it under Nations League or they put it under this or that. If they are going to do it, then no point. I would cancel out the friendlies. I would play qualifiers and Nations League. But they want to play friendlies, qualifiers, and Nations League. So the players don't get rest. They are getting paid. They're happy. So you know they want to jeopardize their career playing. Like how Odegaard did, playing against nobody cares for a nobody cares trophy, which they'll never win. Let's be honest, Norway's not going to win shit, dude. Ryan Giggs used to be pulled back by Sir Alex all the time because Wales was never going to win anything, dude. Why put him at risk? Sir Alex never put him at risk. He used to pull him back and not let him go for the Welsh games. How do you like the new England manager? He plays a lot better than Southgate. He plays significantly more attractive football than Southgate. The man's only been in a job for 2 games. I don't know what that tells you, but it's equal. It's just sad. Dutch German match against Spain. Yeah, that's what LJ is saying. Good match. Lavanya, what will happen if the mass resignation actually happens in government hospitals? There'll be more bodies than medicine. There will be, of course. Of course, that's what I'm saying. It's good. They're putting the pressure on. You can't negotiate with these kind of things, dude. Believe me, when the death toll rises due to medical negligence, the government is going to wake up, unfortunately. By the way, shouldn't Pereira be fighting Uncle Ive next by Roundtree? So Roundtree and him were already booked, and Pereira took a fight with who did he fight with recently? That was supposed to be Khalil Roundtree. Who did he fight recently? Whoever he fought recently at 300, it was supposed to be Khalil Roundtree Jr., who unfortunately got his medicine spiked with a. He basically failed a drug test, but he failed a drug test not to a fault of his own. So the supplement company told them that there's a mistake. We have given you the wrong thing, or the whatever, something has been tainted. So he went to the UFC straight away and told them. But unfortunately, even though he didn't do it on purpose and it was completely the company's mistake, who admitted it themselves to the UFC, like all the receipts, um, the athletic commission doesn't care, so he got a bit of, I think he got 3 months. I think it was four, maybe 6 months. No, wait, when was 300 was June, right? I think he got maybe 3 to 6 months. He started straight away. As soon as got cancelled out, his thing started. His thing started from the day of the test. So I think sometime this month he'll be done with his penalty, and yeah, so that's basically why, because Roundtree was already booked originally. In simple words, should he be fighting Ankalaev? I'll be honest with you, dude. Ankalaev is boring as hell. He really is. Balotelli got rejected by Kerala Blasters. Why always me would have been funny in a yellow shirt. Graham Potter will be next England manager. Mark my words. It makes no sense though. Lee Carsley is doing a good job. What is it for? What is it for? What is the change for? He's actually playing better football right now. I don't know. I mean, चेन्नई के लिए try कर लेता तो oh God, Salman SRK, yes, SRK, way better actor, but in what context? I think he meant in who's the bigger superstar. I think it is SRK. KRK bigger. What is in the point of the Nations League? Well, I believe it's another cup, Jayesh. Apparently, it's like a Europa League version of an international cup. Hmm. Sorry, that's the wrong description. It's a Europa League version of the Euros. That's a better discussion, better example. Hello, Abhishek. Just joking. Actually, I must have just Balotelli for Prohaska. Thank you. So Prohaska got it. So Prohaska got the call because Roundtree got cancelled. Yeah. This time, Nathan, you can't guarantee women's safety just by moral policing or using modern age tech. You have special guards managed by Center for Women. This will also make government vacancies. Bro, listen. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to pretend like I know what the hell is going on. But if the government is not going to take the safety and proper functionality of doctors into consideration properly, then this is what you have to do to wake them up. Timo Pukki, by the way, subbed out. Interesting. Kalman on. That's weird. He actually had an alright game. Niskanen in for Euronin. Wow. Interesting names. So second half has started, by the way. So yeah, if the doctors gotta get the attention this way, they gotta get the attention this way, man. Yes, it's not cool that innocent people will be suffering if this thing really happens, mass resignation or whatever the hell it's called. It's not great, but at the same time, it's like, bro, these people actually help people live, dude. And if they are not safe and they are not provided resting habitation and proper timing, either cut down their hours or provide the resting ability to rest, or security. Like, these are basic amenities every other hospital in the world has. We like to brag about being the best at this and that and the other. You don't even have basic security for our first for our welfare or whatever you call it, our first aid, our first responders, whatever the hell they like to call it here in India. There is no basic necessities. What, they are not machines, dude. Just because they spend a lot of money getting into medical school, so what? So they don't have, they shouldn't be provide safety. Come on, man. I mean, it's not like they all have a black belt in jujitsu, dude. They got their medical degree. We've seen some of the doctors, dude. They couldn't defend themselves. They couldn't defend themselves from a monsoon wind, dude. Let's be honest. I don't know why people think. I don't know. People get confused between doctors and the MMA fighters, dude. You gotta provide them security, man. Come on, especially in the vicinity of the hospital, dude. I mean, like, what's going on over here? As it is, women aren't safe, dude. Now imagine not being safe at your workplace. Why the hell should anyone go back to work? I'm sorry, it might sound horrible, but I sure as shit wouldn't let my sister or mother go back into a hospital, dude. I'll tell you that much for free. I rather eat. I rather be poor until things are sorted, dude, than put my family at risk for some money. You can always earn money, dude. You can't get your family back out from the dead. I just want to see Pereira KO Ankle and then move up to him, bro. I'm telling you, Ankle is boring as balls, dude. I'm telling you, he has no charisma. I thought Islam Makachev had no charisma, dude. I mean, like, Ankalaev is boring as balls, dude. Like, you know what? That's as far as I'd go with. Tomorrow he'll win the title and he'll defend it 9 times, and then I'll have to eat my words. I'll just stick to he's boring as balls, dude. That's it. I rest my case. I can't go further than that. I watched the whole hearing of the court. CGI in particular was acting as a constitution when the opposition question to Mr. Old Hag Sibal was coming, and the way he favored them, it's a disgrace. Well, the legal system has always been a disgrace here, dude. I mean, people are getting lynched on suspicion. People are getting killed on suspicion, my friend, not even with any crime committed. Let's not act like our legal system is perfect, dude. Everyone likes to just pretend like we are just people and all. We're not just people, dude. We're crazy people. We're wild people. We do anything. What are we discuss? We have a plethora of things, Abhishek. But Suman was basically giving me a little update of what's going on in the once great state of Bengal. It has a long way to. It has a long way to revive that sad moniker. I have to say it's once great state. I used to think very highly of Bengal, but unfortunately, there's no evidence at the moment to say any nice things about it, except for the food's good. Sadly, which I will probably not go and eat because they specialize in seafood and I hate fish. So I won't even be eating the nice food that they make. Oh crap! Why is Maguire warming up? Who's injured? Oh no, man! Come on! I was so happy none of our players were playing. Oh god! Now I'm going to be stressed for the next 40 minutes. No Mainu was playing. I was so happy. Konza's on the ground. Unai Emery must be shitting himself. Oh boy. Why does it have to be Maguire? Can't they bring on Gehi, dude? Nobody cares about Crystal Palace. They're definitely going to sub him off for sure. MG, do we have attackers on? I mean, it depends on what you consider attacking. Resident doctors. Okay. Kolkata case is diabolic. I can't believe such people exist. Oh, but they do exist, dude. And let me tell you something, Jayesh. Please stay off of Twitter because even more diabolical people are on it, and they are spreading videos that are more diabolical than this. But okay, not this more diabolical than this one. This one's pretty disgusting, but just as diabolical in thought. And the comment section is even worse because people are so desensitized by it because they're so busy trying to do their little agenda thing on and making sure they're on the right side of the country. And Twitter is the absolute. Oh, let's just say Twitter's not good at the moment. If you're watching anything related to the country, at least. Trust me, this time the whole Bengal's with them. They better be, dude. I mean, we all kind of have to wake up, dude. Other states, the government is building houses and then breaking them down. Crazy. What's going on here right now? So working hours of doctor are worse than engineer. Bro, engineers work probably half the shifts doctors do. And I can't imagine that working much hours, but I understand the patient needs attention. But for hire more doctors, exactly, hire more doctors or spread out the shifts. Either way, dude. Doctors protest me. Yeah, all evil mentality. Now can't act like devil. They can kill and get away by doing exactly. A legal system even provide Kasab with every opportunity to defend himself with a team of lawyers. No, so I just heard that a political Bengal protest is the most fierce thing in my history books. Now I'm experiencing it. Yeah, because an apolitical one is a real one, dude. A political one, everyone knows what's going on. Everyone knows it's dirty. You can't pretend. Whereas an apolitical one is there is the people who normally benefit from the protests aren't party to it, right? Because in a political one side or the other has some benefit, whether it's monetary or other. Apolitical one is you're going after the people that have a benefit in protests. So yeah, just hope justice is served ASAP. ASAP is probably not going to happen if if anything, if I my experience in law school is anything and being around lawyers is anything. Um, ASAP is unlikely, but the main thing is it has to be done. Justice has to be done. That's the main thing. So medical mafia, which causes incident, will take time exactly. Goal Netherlands due to Dumfries. Probably watched the wrong game today. Hello Varun, it's been a while. How have you been? We're still continuing with our protest, but are forced to attend the emergency cases. Yeah, this is the problem. The medical boards aren't allowing. Shouldn't say allowing. I don't know how it is because I don't work in a hospital. But they're basically mandating that doctors still come for emergency cases while upholding a protest, which technically is not a protest, but obviously doctors are obviously still going to care for the victims and the patients that they already have. So it's a very smart way of all these medical councils not strong arming but manipulating doctors to still come to the hospital even though they are quote unquote in protest. Oh, that was a horrible shot by Rice. Hello Tahir. My father is a doctor too. Hello Tahir. Something happened. What? Father's a doctor. He's 57 now. During COVID, and everyone is home. He's working overtime. Everything. Yeah, of course. But I suppose, not that I would, not that I would condone people being overworked, especially in a dangerous time like that. Was a good free kick by Kane, by the way. Went just around the wall. Wow, went around John Stones' stomach. That was a perfect shot, actually, to be honest. Just to straight in the end, compared to the where the goal is. Um, I think that was a real national emergency. Not saying these cases aren't emergencies, obviously, but that was a what can only be considered a very frightening time in our history. And that many people are sick, that many people are on ventilators, that many people could die in 14 days, or whatever the number of days were. Yeah, tough time. Bengal had many uprisings and protests in the past for very long ago in history. Yeah, that's the problem, na? The people have been quite too long. That's the problem. Completing engineering assignments while watching. Varun, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said you're in Pune, right? Pune or Bombay? Engineering assignments. What engineering are you doing? Doctors work really, really hard. You know what, Jayesh? I don't even. I don't think. I think. Uh, Actually, I would just correct your sentence slightly. Although I'm sure that's what you meant. I will say doctors are worked really, really hard. That's how I would send is use the same words and change it a little bit to show where I'm coming from. I think that would be how I would feel more accurate about it. Although that could exactly be what you meant, and I obviously misunderstood, but uh, are worked really, really hard, I think is much more appropriate. Oh my god, Harry Kane almost hit a bicycle kick. And I can't believe he hit a bicycle kick. He hit a bicycle kick straight at Radecki. If he went left or right, I don't think the goalkeeper would have saved it. It went straight at him. It was so close to the goal even. That's crazy. Oh, goal! Goal! Harry Kane. Finally, man. How long did this take? Should have scored in 10 minutes. Blinder right through. He's obviously played against Radecki in the Bundesliga as well. Harry Kane off. It went right. I think it went just above. It was in his reach, but I think it went above him and it went too quick. Harry Kane opens the scoring. Bombay currently pursuing ECE. Wait, what the hell is ECE, dude? I'm not an engineer. Does that mean electronic engineering? Is that what that is? So Varun's from Bombay. Great. That means I did remember. It's coming home. Let's. The Nations League is coming home. Oh boy. Listen, man. We'll take two for two in the league format so far. I won't complain. Yeah, yeah. Assist by Trent. Was it an assist by? I don't even know who hit the ball really. They were showing the replay of the bicycle kick. Next thing you know, Harry Kane got the ball and then he shot it. Yeah, electronics telecom. Okay. What are you in fourth year? Staying off duty protests won't fast track judiciary. So better first read the priorities. The thing is, GK, you have to look at it from a point of view of principle even, right? If they say they are in protest and show up and do 36-hour shifts every day, then what kind of protest it is? So the people who are working the hospitals have to also be careful that they don't fall back into the trap. Because I was reading many places, everyone be like, after 2 weeks, after Ganesh is done, after Chaturthi is done, everyone will be back to normal again. Like everyone is kind of banking on the fact that the doctors aren't going to be there after this festive season. Like not every part of India celebrates Chaturthi, obviously, but everyone is saying that like after the festive season, everything will be dispersed again. And the main thing is to keep going, just keep putting that pressure. They will crack, yeah. They have no choice this time. Rico Lu is just wide. Crazy. Trust me, the general public is enraged. No one will leave you guys. Probably. That's great. Varun, you stay in town or suburbs, and how? Which year are you doing right now? Day before yesterday, one auntie asked one of my friends, "ये drama कब खत्म होगा?" This is disheartening coming from. It's not disheartening coming from a woman, dude. Because see, I'm going to speak freely because you guys are like family to me. I know it might sound very controversial what I'm about to say, but unfortunately, no matter how much people like to praise our country, there are things that are grievously wrong with our country, and pretending as you guys are much younger and you guys are the future, you all have to really draw a line in what is acceptable and what is not moving forward as a culture. Women have been treated horribly in this country for a fucking long time, to the point where a lot of old school Indian people are desensitized to this kind of stuff. That is just me being honest. You can say it's being critical, you can say that is a little too harsh, but believe me when I tell you, the old school people are very desensitized because they grew up in a different time. I would. Konsa's coming off for Colville. Wow, so Konsa is injured. Emery is going to be pissed. Um I think There is a merit to growing up in a time where everything was tough. I also think there is a demerit being the children of the people who grew up in these tough times. Because instead of parenting even keel, they parent you to be quote unquote strong people, right? Rigid people. Don't do this, don't do that. What will the people say? What will the family say? Instead of allowing you to make your own decisions and develop your own emotional quotient, um, we have unfortunately people here that don't think any of that exists, and you have to only do things a certain way, sadly. So, while it might be disheartening for you to hear it, Abhishek, it is sadly quite the norm in this country, especially of women and men of a certain age and time. The best you can do is what I tell everyone here whenever we get political, which is not a lot because I don't think it helps anyone. Honestly, we're not really going to do much about it. It's a free space for us to discuss, but apart from that, we can't really do anything. Um, the only thing we can do is be much more sensitive to everything that requires an emotional quotient, an actual proper thinking. And I think that's the only way we'll really improve as a country. As long as half of the country is emotionally dense and rigid in their thoughts and ideas and customs, I don't really see how we can quote unquote be the superpower that we were told by a certain someone 12 years ago that we would be in 2020. I'm not taking any names. There's no need to take any names. But I remember reading the paper a long, long time ago. We will be a superpower by 2020. That's all I'll say about that. You all can come to your own conclusions. I normally you would think you would hold people accountable for saying such stupid things with no proof, but your people just want to hear what they want to hear, so they love it. Uh, but yeah, sadly, it's not that sad. So ignore them. We also do the same in selfish logos. Say kuch nahi lena dena. Exactly. A lot of people have been become desensitized, man. It's sad. That's just Twitter and Insta public. Have a watch in general, but most people think it's a gimmick. They think a woman's been mercilessly, can't even say the word on YouTube. Uh, they think that that is a gimmick. What has happened to that poor lady? You know what? We have a lot of uneducated people here, Abhishek. That is the real harsh truth. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it because I don't want to be that person that is a hater, as people like to say. But as you'll hear a Hindi word that I don't know how much Hindi you've actually heard me speak over ever, but it's a word we used to use a lot in Bombay, and sadly, it is a very I don't like the word normally, but we have a lot of unpads in India, like real ones, not me trying to make like a Bollywood movie joke, like a real. We have real ones, so yeah, it's kind of disappointing that they think it's a gimmick, someone's child. But then you know what's the sad part, Abhishek? If it's not your child, nobody cares. So that's the sad part. Society in Georgia and India still our nation have big concern of women's corruption. Bro, Abhishek, I believe Abhishek has said this before. I don't know if you guys were in the chat or not. Abhishek, correct me if I'm wrong, Abhishek. Maybe I didn't read that. But didn't you say like it's like super safe in Georgia, or like you don't feel any like issue like walking around? There from the start, I just left in 11:20 from Swasta Bhavan because I'm coming back to the village. Some people would, most of us are with you, bro. Listen, yeah, exactly, bro. Like the fact that the fact that people think it's a gimmick is it's horrifying. It's horrifying. Yellow card there for a Finnish player whose name I probably can't say. Let's see, Schuler. Wow, he has a German name. That's interesting. Never mind. Some people just don't care unless they are the ones suffering. Oh, I didn't even read that, but I said it. Yes, correct. Oh boy, Madhu AK and Eze are coming on. Lee Karsdi definitely enjoys experimenting, that's for sure. Second year, Navi Mumbai specific. Okay, so you live in Navi Mumbai. That's cool. Cool. It's becoming a very. It's becoming probably the most upcoming part of Bombay, dude. They're building those. They're building those giant. I don't even know what it's called, but I saw like a video. I forgot what it's called. They're building like these giant roadways through it, right? Which is going to cut time to go from here to there. I don't know which places they said, but it's going to be like a giant flyover basically that cuts a lot of distance out. Hopefully, some of the traffic. What do you think of punishment of that? Will he get life in prison? But he has advantage. Even if he got paid for it, he's got to pay whatever the price is, dude. Can you imagine the rage? The only justice is absolute punishment. I genuinely believe introducing education in school one of the steps to get our country out of the. Good luck, Jayesh. Good luck going to the villages in Madhya Pradesh and promoting that shit. You might not come back out, brother. The Hindus themselves might not let you come back out alive. For let alone if you're not a Hindu, if you know, you know. Good luck trying to promote that shit, dude. You might as you might as well hide from everyone for the rest of your life after that. That good luck. I couldn't even imagine trying to do that in a government school. Remember labor class revolution in France, civil issues back then got inspired by that. They fought against rich and they win. Same Indians need to fight for their rights at referendum. Yeah, but the French Revolution was a lot more violent, my friend. If that kind of violence happens here in India, it will destroy the nation. Whatever happened in France, as it is, our nation is barely holding on in many ways financially. This will do a lot of irreversible damage, in my opinion. What a ball! What a ball! Oh, I don't know if that was Trent or not. That ball was ridiculous. Just first, we need to teach the teachers exactly. Yeah, that's actually a great point. The teachers are also old school and old mentality. Good luck. I'll tell you one thing without filter. I fancy our current government not just because I have favoritism. It's just because I see incompetence in the opposition. Brother, I hope you're right. Because the current government is gone off to a horrible start, dude. This whatever the hell they call it. What is it? Coalition government. I'll tell you what, dude. What was it? 1.5 months after the coalition started, it's not gotten off to a great start, dude. God, I hope you're right. That's all I'll say. Hello, Harsha. Seeing our PM to not utter a word about this made me disheartened. What's spineless guy? You have to be keeping mum. But bro, he did that with Manipur even Abhishek. Why is this surprise you, bro? You know how you know why he's in the position he's in, my friend. He's not in the position he's in because he's the best in class. You know why he's there. That's the sad truth. Like people keep denying it, but it's not. Bro, I saw 16 houses that were built by a government scheme in Madhya Pradesh been broken down on X just before I came online, 3 hours before in Madhya Pradesh, and all 16 houses were Muslim people, and those houses were built from the government scheme that was promised to them only, and they got broken down. And the lady in the interview for the video said. Because we are Muslim, the day before they broke the house, they came and they searched our entire house for stuff. Couldn't find anything. Then they forced her to sign something, and when she refused to sign because she's not educated, um, she said, "If you don't sign, we will come here and destroy all the houses." So in fear, she signed something. Next day, they came with armed police and bulldozers and they destroyed the house. And Madhya Pradesh, this is happening a lot these days, a lot. So I don't know what's going on, dude. I don't know. It's not getting great though. Being a PM of the largest democracy, bro, it's all agenda, my friend. We work on agenda here. Largest democracy doesn't mean anything. Sadly, it really doesn't. I'm sure you guys know the Aryan Mishra case. It was so disheartening listening to his mother talk, dude. For 3 days, I couldn't sleep thinking about her interview. It hurts so badly. Google it if you want if you all haven't heard it yet. Aryan Mishra's mother's interview. Disheartening, bro. So disheartening. I can't tell you. For 3 days, the words were ringing in my ears, bro. So sad. We're doing it to our own people, dude. That's what's really disappointing. We can't blame any foreign entities anymore, man. We're taking out each other. There are actual NGOs and organizations going around willing to conduct. I don't see any problem with them having such. There is no problem with your concept, Jayesh. There's a problem with will it be allowed to happen? Your idea is a fantastic idea that is done around the world in most countries, especially the Western world. I don't know what the hell goes on in the East. I'm not going to pretend. Um, it won't. The question is, will it be allowed to be executed on a scale on the scale we are talking about, i.e., a national scale? That's the problem. Total mockery of the government system. Bro, our government has been crap forever, dude. I think our government was better in the 40s and 50s than it is now. Another controversial opinion that would get me in trouble, but I genuinely think so. I think we were a lot better off than we are nowadays, sadly. Yes, they will not come alive. Exactly. They might not. Can't give that guarantee. Leave the TMC alone. That ain't any party. That's a group of goons and no expectations from this. I'm not quite familiar with the TMC, but I will have to take your word for it. I'm shocked as SLPM has said anything. Why are you shocked, Harsha? Think about it for a second. Think about it from take out your personal opinion from it, right? Genuinely take out your personal from it. Think of it from a strategic point of view. He didn't say anything about Manipur. How long it took him to say? Did he even say anything about Manipur in the end? Another 7 people have died recently again, isn't it? But forget that. Forget that. How long did it take them to react to Manipur? What, he doesn't have internet in his palace? Come on, dude. Come on. Just genuinely, like, whichever side you're on, Congress, BJP, TMC, whatever the hell you all believe in, whatever party you all vote for, who gives a shit, right? Just use strategic sense here. Why is it taking this long? It is strategic. He knows there's no nice way to put. He can't spin this into any kind of positivity, dude, honestly. Try to start using muscle to stop protests. Then the one night protest slightly showed up some muscle all barking and stuff. Yeah, because at the end the protests are way more than the security. No, how many where they'll have to get security from around the country to manage these people, especially if they come with weapons. Bro, I lived in marginal ways since my father's a government dog. Trust me, there are NGOs teaching schoolgirls about things like good touch, bad touch is possible. God, I hope so, Jayesh. Like, genuinely, that would be fantastic. I believe the idea can be a very effective one for the future, but there are some places genuinely that can't be reversed. I'm not going to take any names. I'm sure you all can guess it if you all wanted to. I think there are some places that are kind of lost states, if you will, sadly. Ooh, Angel Gomez. SZ with the cross. Bad touch, good touch can safeguard little girls. What about safety? How can they escape such a that's the thing whether you become a part against evil or escape. Yeah, that's a good point. Chats on fire. Damn, what did I miss? A summary, please. Basically, we are talking about what has been going on recently, uh, keeping an update on things that have happened with the unfortunate demise of the medical student and the problems surrounding it, and the court case and stuff like that. So my point, I'm giving an example that such sessions can be conducted. It doesn't solve the current problem, somehow educates. Yeah, exactly. The main thing is you have to target the future now, Jayesh. Hopefully, hopefully it can be one day it can be pushed out on a national level. Hopefully, rather than closing the case by influence. Wait, I've missed out a bunch. Hold on. Watching my national team play, we are shit. Oh, another goal. Harry Kane. Oh, I was just about to say we are not playing so well either. Madueke with an assist. right, with his right foot. Apparently, he can play righty nowadays. Interesting. Kannada hero Darshan murdered a guy who was sending in a program. Now he got accused and waited for the court judgment of permanent jail. I'm happy the police took serious action, even though he's a big celebrity. Bro, like seriously, just sending photos. All he had to do was threaten the guy, dude. Why do you have to like these people? I'm telling you, Harsha, the more power you have, no, the more dangerous people become. Always. It's a lovely one too by Madueke and Trent. So I don't know, watch Indian national team play football once. You might fancy yours, bro. Please. I wanted to say that Abhishek, but then possibility of getting clipped up one day as being a hater. I have to just sit here quietly. Although I did read on Twitter the other day, someone goes at this. There is a reason why our football will, why we will never be good at football, or the Indian national team will never be good at football. I was like, bro, if I say that 4 years ago, people will just go support our teams, dude. I'm like, come on, man. Look what's going on, dude. Look how much money they put in cricket and look how much money they put in football. Wake up. Everything is not a nationalist rant, dude. Like, let's talk about facts. You see how much money is put in for cricket and how much money is put in every single other sport. Give us some of the money, dude. Then we'll be a little more nationalist. Yeah. We can't even get grounds for kids to play football in, dude. We have to play in mud here in Goa. There is a thing where people think Goa is really crazed of football, and they are. But if I told you where we used to play football before we turned semi-pro and pro, no, you'd laugh at us. We'd play on red mud with tiny rubble as like on those surfaces we used to play football. Yeah. Unless you turn pro, you wouldn't get turf pro. You wouldn't see turf unless you're a pro. Even in the college level, we would play on those grounds. Imagine playing in college university level. Some people don't have proper grounds. Some colleges. And here they want our football team to fucking play in the World Cup, dude. Like, it's just if they had brain cells, they would actually know how bad we are. But everyone just goes, "Oh, don't talk about our national team. Support them. It's people like you that spoil it." I'm like, yeah, people like me who have no money, dude. People like me who I'm the government board, no, who puts the money into the football infrastructure. Yeah, we spend our time celebrating ISL matches because all the celebrities own it. These people, the celebrity, half of them don't know a bloody thing about football, but because they have money, they are football team owners, bro. That's what it is. Yei and Bowen are coming on. It's bad, corrupt leader in government causing damage in our party. Exactly. Good governance apply by greatly and people participating being proactive. Exactly. So that's not my point. I'm giving an example. The such current doesn't solve. Yeah, I read that. Oof. Ooh, boy. Ooh. Catch up. Hold on a minute. Speed run. But national protection. Blame religion, bro. Can I be honest with you, Tolomba? I'm going. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to address the religion thing because people will just think it's very unrealistic my idea of it. But so I'm just going to leave it. But maybe it is a problem, Tolomba, in our country. You know what? Maybe it is. There was a time in my life where I would refuse to believe that. But the more I look at X and the more I read and the more I watch news, I think I have reached a point where I have to sadly agree, and it really hurts me because growing up in a metropolitan city, I would never, ever, ever, ever think of such things. But yeah, it's just sad. If only teen boys were thought about such things, they would think before touching a woman appropriate or inappropriate. Don't forget the peer pressure aspect of it as well, Jayesh. Some people are good, but they just are around bad people. But that's not just this kind of crime, that's all the other kinds of crime too: gangs, drugs, other stuff. Sometimes you have to be surrounded by people, good people as well. Every joint hands are in the streets. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't blame it, but in this particular case, but And if you are on Twitter, like I unfortunately am, I kind of wish my Twitter got deleted instead of my Instagram. To be honest with you, uh, just disheartening. Just disheartening. I don't know what else to say. It's really really sad for me as someone who grew up loving every religion. Like Ganesh Chaturthi is actually one of my favorite festivals in India, but just too much shit going on to even like feel happy about it, to be honest. But yeah, don't get me started. Current Karnataka, say what the fuck's going on there? Brainless hate against a particular language will lead to a downfall of the state, nothing else. Bro, I'll tell you one thing, Abhishek. Scored one goal by now. You're forgetting we lost to Serbia 2-1 just before the Euros, Twalumba. You say it's Finland, but never forget that we had Southgate, you know, beating San Marino 2-0. So, I'll take a 2-0 Finland. We had the new San Marino. Why? Why are you saying that, Varun? Don't say that. Um, let me give you a perspective of mine, Abhishek. Way before all you guys were subscribers, right? I'm gonna tell you it happened. I'm telling you it happened right here to me. Okay. Kane Mama's back. Predator, as per my knowledge, Darshan is one of the actors with psychiatric. I mean, listen, dude. If you have that kind of money, you're going to be crazy no matter what. It's as simple as that. Money makes people go crazy, bro. Will become good men who will respect women rather than treat them like some material. You can always hope. I can't watch them play 15 straight minutes. How will I support my national man? But bro, if you say that, dude, they'll say you're part of the problem. As if we are, the governing body. You're part of the problem. Uh, so I'll answer your question about the language thing in particular. So when I started this YouTube channel, right? A lot of people are very ignorant about Goa, by the way. I just want to preface that right now because I'm not taking shots at anyone, but I've realized a lot of people are very ignorant about Goa. Um, at the beginning of my channel, right? No one who's currently on it said it, by the way, just for the record. Um, they used to ask, "Why are you talking English?" And I'm like, "What do you mean by I'm talking English?" I'm like, "So people can understand what the fuck I'm saying." Like, I don't know how many people you think know Hindi, but it's not as many as you think. It's not as many as you think they know Hindi. That's for sure. And he's like, "You're Indian, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Indian, dude. I'm Indian. We have other languages in India. Maybe you should read a book. Don't read the history books they put out nowadays. Like, go to a library and get an actual book. Educate yourself. Don't be a moron. Don't watch the news. It's the worst thing to get educated by." And he was like, "Oh, you're speaking English because you're colonialism." I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. I'm from Goa. It's a Portuguese colony. What the fuck are you talking about? He actually said colonialism to me, dude. I was like, fuck you, man. And I blocked him. He's like one of like six people I've blocked. I have the list of people I've blocked, by the way. You can see it on the back end of YouTube. I actually blocked him. He was like, colonialism. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You're such an ignorant fuck. You don't even know which people colonialized us. Sorry, colonized us. You don't even know. You don't even understand the actual concept of colonialism. You just say it because you hear people speak in English and it hurts your ass because you don't know how to speak in English. Dude, if you want to learn how to speak English, just get a book. There are better ways to learn than insulting someone else that can speak it. And that's when I realized like people don't know what's going on, right? Um, this is my personal experience. The one time I was in my nearby market. By the way, this game's done. By the way, guys, if you're wondering why I'm not watching, there's 5 minutes left and we're 2-0 up. Um, I was at a market one day, right? And there are these bloody snobbish North Indian people, right? With their hoity-toity Hindi, right? Like they fucking only watch Bollywood movies and lagao those dialogues on us, and think we'll be impressed by it. They asked someone something in Hindi, and the person very politely said, like in broken words, obviously, that my Hindi is not good. I don't understand Hindi. That person said okay, like fakely said okay, walked past me and like, how the fuck do these people not know Hindi? And I was like, and in my head I was thinking to myself, that's because your fucking state doesn't have a language, dude. That's not because our state don't have a language. Dude, on national TV, someone said Hindi is our national language. Read a fucking book. India does not have a national language. Bro, these are the kind of people that have TV reporter jobs in our country, dude. Someone sent me something from South India. God bless the Malayali people, dude. They really are fed up with some of this shit. It was an interview in English. It was a reporter. I guess she's not from the South, and she's arguing with this, I don't know, actor or activist or someone from the South, right? He asked her a simple question. He asked her, in Kerala, or Kerala as they like to say, see, cultured, uh, trying to be at least. They asked her. He asked a simple question. He's like, why should this milk be written in Hindi? He's like, because India is a national language. He's like, I'm sorry, Hindi is not our national language. We have a language of our own. It's called Malayalam. I butchered that, by the way. Just I could hear me butchering that, but that's not how you say it. But you get my point. Like, I'd prefer if it is written in Malayalam English. And she said, but why English? Why not Hindi? He said, because more people will know English than Hindi. And I was like, bro, he's not even the reporter. He's just an actor or activist or he does something else too. And this guy, and she was like, she just got stumped. She just got stumped because she went with like chess. No, Hindi is our national language. I'm like, this is so arrogant, dude. Now I'll tell you a third experience I have, and I don't want to say this because people will think that I'm targeting people. I have gone on many people's streams and I look at the chat now because I'm just curious to see what the chat are talking about, right? While people are talking to you, I'm looking at the chat like how you look at the chat and read. So many times I've gone on certain people's channel like, भैया ये क्यों इंग्लिश में बात करते हैं? ये इंडिया से नहीं है? And I'm just like reading all the people go, English में बात करते हैं. And then like when the creators also speak in English, I'm like, भाई तुम भी English में बात करते हैं? I'm like, when has it been so bad to speak English, dude? How many people in our country have left the country to better their life in English speaking countries, bro? I understand history is always dark, history is always not great. But in 2024, if we can't act like grown ups, be mature about it, move on, improve our own self and our life and our country, then what is the thing? I feel so bad like going on other people's channel. I'm telling you here, I'm speaking to you all here because this is my channel. I would never say that to them. It's not their fault, obviously. I feel so bad when everyone goes, why is he speaking English? And then I see people in the chat go, he's from Goa. They don't speak Hindi. And I feel so nice because people actually understand, know that I'm not from where they are. And it feels so nice, know that the educated people in the chat go, no, he's from Goa. That's why he's speaking Hindi. And personally, as someone, see, I love my country, dude. Like, okay, I don't have a lot of nice things to say about today, but there's plenty of nice things that goes on in this country, and it's beautiful. And Muslims do it, and Hindus do it, and Catholics do it, and whoever else does it, and this state does this, and that state does that. Everything's really there's a lot of beautiful things in my country. I will never deny it. It's one of the most culturally diverse. When we are on point, we are one of the culture for culture. We'll go with anyone. I think it's Africa and India. Culture for culture, we will go with any country, any state, anywhere in the world, toe to toe. But we are so ignorant. It's shocking sometimes, and I feel so bad. Like I want to. I sometimes when people ask me to come, no, I actually want to say no because I feel like they'll be targeted because they are for whatever reason. Like why are you bringing this guy on? He's speaking English. I see so many people go हिंदी में बात करो हम लोग जानते नहीं ये क्या बोलते हैं I'm like come on bro we know you learned English in school like don't be like that man and it's disheartening because like it feels like you're being attacked pointlessly so I realized to myself I'm like if this is the state of affairs that is currently going on, if the youth are like this, then it's going to be a lot of radicalized youth. It's really sad, man. I'm sorry, I'm way behind on the chat, by the way, but because you mentioned the language thing, it just reminded me of how people treat Goa. I know what you're talking about. I know it's not might not be the same thing, but it just made me realize, like, as a content creator from Goa, like so many times, like on there were so many times a giant won't mind. Like he's like a little brother to me, so I'll speak freely. Because when we were just not even 100 subs, we were like collabing with each other. So many times Giant had to clarify why he's speaking to me in English. He's like, भाई ये गोवा से उसका हिंदी बहुत अच्छा नहीं है or whatever, whichever, however he would say it, maybe not exactly the words I use. Like he had to say it so many times. I feel bad, dude. It's not his fault, obviously. Like he's always made me feel comfortable, dude. I think TCSB is like my family, like genuinely. Like a lot of people that I absolutely adore. I see the name in the chat and I recognize them from like 2 3 years now. Like, but it's really sad that he has to keep like explaining himself. You know, it's almost like people in this country don't understand that there are other languages in this country, which is, I mean, I don't know how to respond to that, honestly, as someone who lives in a state with his own language. Bro, let me put it this way to you, right? I'm sure you guys are way more sensible than most people, but just by our discussions, I know. Imagine if I did an entire Konkani watch along. How many people you think are going to be here? Just use your sense, okay? If I did a full Konkani thing, right? Who the fuck's watching my channel? Like, it's just it's just one of those things, sadly. It's just one of those things. Give me a minute, guys. I have to catch up. I went on a big ramble there. But it really made me think about reading the chat when I'm on other people's channels. So I thought I'd just say something. Zuckerberg get deleted. I cannot express myself Facebook for shitty rules. Who's the new coach? Lee Carsley. You're talking about England, right? He's the under 21 coach. He's been promoted interim to England right now. Hypothetical, but imagine Zidane is the coach of United delivering similar as. Do you think he receives the same reaction as Ten Hag is having to face from fans, pundits, explore? Pratham, I'll be honest with you, I'd give him the same reaction because I am very unconvinced about Zidane simply because I thought Zidane had a bunch of players that were absolutely otherworldly. And I'm sure he has tactics and I'm sure he has the ability to coach players. But I find it very weird that the only thing he has coached is Real Madrid and he's just been sitting on the sidelines and I'm not sure what he's doing. The one thing I do like about what Zidane said is Zidane said, when I like to come to a country, I understand English, but I want to speak it. And a lot of people criticize Ten Hag because his interviews don't come out very clearly explained. To which I believe you guys were here when I spoke to Football Bloody Hell Animesh, who's part of the United Fan Supporters Club in Bombay. uh, I told him, why doesn't he get a translator? Like Bielsa used to do that too. Zidane could get a translator. Bro, Zidane doesn't want to come to England. Let me be very clear. Because Zidane also could get a translator, bro. You think Manchester United can't afford him a French to English translator? With the amount of money they spend on all the crap they spend on? He wants to learn to express himself. I respect that, but I also don't buy it because he can easily get a translator. Bielsa was walking around with his translator all the time, dude, when he was the manager of Leeds. He doesn't want to come to England. I've realized that. This English thing, I get it, but I don't believe it at all. I just don't. The game's over. It sounds crazy to me. It's like you can't afford a translator. You must speak in English. Come on, man. Come on. You don't need that. It's a thing. It's a it's a thing. Let's just put, I don't think he wants to come to England. That's my thing. Tell them even I thought Goa's part of Russia. Yeah, but see, that's the other thing. I get those jokes, which is fair. There are indeed a lot of Russians here. That is one of the conceptions that people get about Goa that is at least accurate. I don't know why they think we speak Hindi. I don't understand why they would think that, but they do. But the Russian part's actually, unfortunately, very true. There is a lot of them here, and they're quite annoying sometimes, to be honest. To be honest, I don't know any where I prefer English or common languages at all. Exactly, Harsha. That's what you think, right? The thought process would be to unite a bunch of people who watch something or watch you do something and then talk to each other in the chat. That's what you think, right? In your head, that would make the most sense. Instead, people call you colonialism or colonist mentality and some shit like that. And I'm like, bro, whatever, man. It's been 70 years. Move on with your life, dude. It's kind of embarrassing, actually. That it's kind of embarrassing that after 70 years, no, we are still bitching about something that doesn't exist. That's what's the sad part. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a fun fact about life, right? Almost every language, every second language in the world, no, is English. You know how the Chinese don't quote unquote like the West? Guess what their second language is if they teach it in a school? Take a guess. It it's just sense, dude. It's just sense, but people will just make you feel like shit because you're different. So to just get on with it. You can't complain about it much. Cannot even know English. Actually, I'm AI with no database. Probably that's how people are going to learn English now through AI, or they'll just like walk around with that bloody Samsung phone to get everything translated to them. Large amount of Indian football fan base doesn't understand it. You think so, Jayesh, but you'd be surprised by the comment sections. Artificial ignorant. So helmet lo tula isn't our national language. I hope not. Some Kannadigas info speaking Kannada. Yeah, but this is another extreme, dude. Because you know what? Because people go to like Bangalore and then they don't but you know what's the worst part? People go to Bangalore, right? And instead of trying to speak in English or try to see what people are comfortable in, they'll speak in Hindi. And that's what they try to do. That's what they try to do in Goa even. And like people are like, bro, at least try to speak. Maybe English might be the common barrier, but people want to speak Hindi. So Bangalore is getting a little crazy. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I kind of understand as someone who has given you these three instances just with me with my small platform. You can just imagine how it is in these places. Sometimes same thing happens in our Bangalore. Many North Indian people come here, and if we talk to them in English, they don't respond. They dictate to us. Exactly, bro. Bro, believe me, that would really really piss me off. If someone did that now to me, luckily that shit happened to me when I was young. The stories I told you. If someone did that to me today, I would be a lot more angrier. Let's just put it that way. Someone addressed me as educated. Oh, how can I express this happiness? The cultural difference, honestly, the parts of India where talking English consists showing off, including many places in Rajasthan. You're right. That is also very true, Jayesh. Because when I first moved to Goa, and I couldn't speak Konkani because I didn't ever live here until we moved here permanently. Um, I used to obviously speak in English because, okay, I'm going to give you a really fun fact. About 20 years ago, people's Hindi in Goa was horrible. Horrible. Like the basic sentences that I can speak to you guys is because I've had practice living in Bombay, and to go here, go there, usual shopping and stuff. You speak a little Hindi to make people try to get your work done. A lot of people are not educated, so they don't know English. So you try to speak in Hindi and get shit done. When I came to Goa, people's English was better than their Hindi. That's how it was like 20 years ago. But I used to meet people now and then. I speak in English, and I'll tell you what they say, obviously, but I'll tell you in Konkani first. They'd be like, English Karna, which I think Aditya might know, whoever speaks Marathi might know. It sounds very similar, which is basically, we don't understand English. So then sometimes I had to speak in broken Hindi, and they would respond to me back in broken Hindi because that's all we could speak. I don't speak Konkani and they don't speak English. So, like that, Goa has come a long way. A lot of people are much more fluent in Hindi, honestly, but everyone still tries to speak in Konkani. As far as that's what I have seen, personal experience. Someone else's experience in Goa might be different, but as far as I know, people still speak in Konkani. That's all I can say. Can't really confirm anything else. I don't force them to talk in Kannada, but if you want to stay in Kannada for a long time or your work or study purpose, I suggest learn the language culture, not forcing. But obviously, Harsha, if I was moving to Bangalore, I'd have to fucking pick up Kannada too, dude. or Kannada. I don't know. I don't know. Apparently, you can't say Kannada or Kannada. I forgot. Someone told me that. I literally met my friend yesterday who's working in Bangalore, and um, he told me that when he goes like to meet people who possibly doesn't speak Hindi or English, he basically tells them something in Kannada, which basically goes, "I don't speak Kannada, but I'm learning, and apparently the locals love them. Like the locals find it so happy. Like he's trying, just the trying no gives them like a smile on their face." He was explaining it to me. He was like, "It's not as bad as people are making it out, but if you go around saying this, they at least know you're making an attempt, which kind of makes them feel happy," which I can understand, obviously. And I completely agree with Harsha. If you're going to live in Bangalore, you got to learn Kannada, dude. Like, how could you live there? Like, how do you do stuff in the government and all? Like, how does that work? How do you read all their rules and regulations and all? They might be in English, but what if they're not? Like, you gotta learn somehow, right? Even if it's talking and not writing, you need to like learn one way of it at least. It's weird. You should be mature enough to understand if someone else is talking. Yeah, but Jayesh, people, then it goes to their ego, na? What language you're speaking. They don't like it sometimes. I think of learning Japanese, I'm getting a problem understanding. Yeah, please don't. Please, you don't speak any Japanese. It'll be very bad. Pay the translator, he has money. Exactly, bro. Pay the translator, he has money. He doesn't want to come to England. I'm telling you. This Zidane thing is not happening, bro. Like, I am convinced that Zidane, I am sure people have asked Zidane to come to England. He doesn't want to come to England. It's very obvious he doesn't want to come to England. Whatever this recent remarks he made is very fun. It's very great, hypothetically speaking, but he has actually no interest in coming to England, which is fair play, bro. If you don't want to come to England, you don't want to come to England, man. Why the hell? Why should you be forced? If you don't want to do it, it's your life. Zidane demands high technicality and perfection from players. So if United has these things checked, then only yeah, but bro, he's saying he doesn't want to come because he hasn't mastered the language. So what his statement basically said, GK, in case you haven't read it. Good night, Tolam. Good night. Good night. Basically, what he said was, is I understand English, but I need to be able to speak. He's saying I cannot speak fluently to the level I would feel comfortable coaching a bunch of players in that language. So that's what he's saying. So and then he basically said things like, I have a certain standard of how I want to approach the job. Otherwise, I won't take it, which is basically, I'm not going to learn English. I don't want to come to England. I understand English, but not to the point where I can make 30 people do what I want them to do. That is basically what he said, which is fair enough. Yeah? Fair enough. I mean, again, like Harsha said, pay the translator and come. But if he doesn't want to do that, that's what it is then. That's what it is. Zidane's actual reincarnation of Lord Buckingham. This time he doesn't want to come. Bro, listen, man. I don't want anyone that doesn't want to be here. So if he doesn't want to be here, why will I want him? Like everyone goes, we should have got Zidane. I'm like, bro, he doesn't want to come here. Like leave him alone, bro. He doesn't want to come here. He's decided let's just move on now. He doesn't want to come here. Understand that he doesn't want to come to England. My club, Man City, wherever, he doesn't want to go. It doesn't matter what club. He just doesn't want to come to England. So just have to just deal with it, man. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, Jayesh. First match is opening kickoff United Southampton Saturday. Just in case you're wondering, that's the first match we're doing next this week Saturday, 5 o'clock, I think. Take care, bud. Good night. I'm from Uttar Pradesh, but born and brought up in Mumbai. Never felt like speak Marathi was important unless you deal with some government people. But still, I love it. But that's exactly my point, GK. This is exactly why I love Bombay. I grew up next to a Sindhi lady whose family fled Pakistan because they didn't want to convert. Next door, opposite them, is a Muslim. You could say they could have hated that Muslim family because the Muslim people forced us to leave. But these Muslim people didn't force them to leave, bro. These Muslim people are just living their life in Bombay. You can't take your trauma and put it on someone else, dude. Those people are living just like you're living. We're all living in the same flats, dude. That's the one great thing about Bombay, bro. The Parsis, there's Parsis, there's Jewish people, uh, there's Brahmins, there's all these various kinds of Hindus, various kinds of Muslims, Shia, Sunni, all this. Like this is the best part about Bombay. we actually can live like a united bunch of people. It's not like a for show thing you say to people. Like in daily practices it occurs. Like you meet a Muslim man, you meet a Muslim woman, you meet a Parsi man, you meet this happens on a daily regular. It's so much different when you live in a metropolitan city. So it's one of those things you have to just look at and see how we are going to figure it out, man. And see, hopefully we come out on this better, on the other side better. Yeah. You can't really like can't do anything else, man. You have to just hope. You have to just hope. Like, we can complain about it, we can get angry, we can put some pointless things on Twitter, but at the end of the day, the people are the ones that will facilitate change, dude. No one else can do anything. All we can do is talk. Can't do anything else. We don't have that power, sadly. All right, guys, I'm off. Excuse me. I'm off. I'll see you guys on Saturday, 5 o'clock. Saturday, 5 o'clock. See you guys there. Take care and have a good night. And I will see you Saturday, early kickoff. United Southampton must win game. We lose the game, I think he's going to get sacked. I'm going to be honest. I think he's going to get sacked if we lose the game. I don't think Ten Hag's going to have a job. To be very honest, if he doesn't, so yeah, have to be very careful there. Must win that Southampton game, otherwise it's going to be absolutely disastrous. Hold on a minute. Before I go, I just want to check something and then we'll bounce. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you in the next one. I'm up to date with everything. I'll see you on Saturday. Take care. Good night.